Now, I know I've said this 100 times, but it bears repeating. If you want to win big as a real estate agent, you got to put yourself on the hook. You have to go big with everything that you're doing here. And most importantly, you got to truly put yourself on the hook financially in order to make that happen. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every day to help you in growing your business. And I've always said, one of the reasons I'm successful is because I decided to go big. We can bullshit ourselves if we stay small. If you don't have employees, if you don't have an office space, if you don't have major consequences to you not succeeding, I can assure you, you're going to fail because you're really good at bullshitting yourself and finding a way to get by on minimal revenue. I was talking to an agent the other day, at the end of last week, and we were talking a little bit about if a loved one needed a surgery by Christmas and you needed $100,000, would you get it? Now, see, we're not talking about a surgery that's 20 grand or 30 grand, literally $100,000. It's a life-saving surgery at the end of the year, which means you've got less than 90 days to get it. Would you get that money? Absolutely. No question at all. Okay, what would you do? So maybe your why isn't big enough. Now, I certainly don't want somebody to need a life-saving surgery in your family, but maybe your why isn't big enough that it's allowing you to bullshit yourself. You're not really putting forth the effort you need because it's so easy to create all of these excuses for yourself. So it reminds me of a story I've told on stage several times of a buyer's agent that used to work for me. That buyer's agent would consistently 4 closings every single month. He was the lowest level that we had. 4 closings every single month. Double the number of leads I give him, 4 closings. Cut the leads in half, 4 closings. Help him out with conversion, 4 closings. Over and over and over. He said, Greg, I don't know why I can't do any better than this. I said, there's a very simple reason. Because that's meeting your needs. What I want you to do is go buy another car. You've been talking about this I'll tell you how old this was. That was when the Pontiac Solstice came out, that little 2-seater convertible. They were only like 30 grand, but it had just come out. And he wanted to get one of those, but he's got his current car and everything else. I said, no, go get one of those cars. Additional car. This is a second car and a second payment for you. Oh my gosh, Greg, I'm so reserved. I'm so cautious. I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. Go do it. Go get the car. You know what started happening? 5 closings, 5 closings, nothing else changed other than his responsibility. Now, fast forwarding, I don't know, 6 or 7 months later, he's happy as can be. Sometimes if he's just got one client going out, he'll take him in that little 2-seater car. He's just enjoying life. He comes to me a few months later, Greg, I can't get past 5 closings a month. Every month it's 5 closings. Don't tell me to buy a third car. I said, look, man, you make what you have to make. Frankly, you might make a touch less than that, and then you have a good month that allows you to catch up. And that's that roller coaster of income that happens for agents all the time. If you want to win big, you have to go big. I've shown agents that they struggle and they make excuses and they can't figure it out and they can't stay motivated and all that. They hire an assistant, unlicensed, licensed, whatever the case is, just somebody they have to make payroll for. All of a sudden they step up. They don't want to let other people down as much as they'd let themselves down. They can bullshit themselves. You can't bullshit payroll. So they hire someone on and makes them wake up in the morning. They actually get to the office on time. They put in a full day's work. They stop making excuses for themselves. They're paying this person 15, 20 bucks an hour. So they can't let them play around all day, mess around on the internet, checking the news, reading the new article about who got shot. COVID might be coming back, all that crap, wasting their time. If an employee did that, you'd fire them, and they only make 15 bucks an hour. So since they're sitting there, you won't do it yourself. And all of a sudden you become more profitable. That's the accountability that you needed. And there's so many agents that deal with this. For me, it was always joining mastermind groups. I get in the highest level mastermind groups that I can find. I'm involved in 4 right now. One of them's 100,000, one's 60,000 a year, one's 40,000 a year, and I don't know how much the other one is. But the 100,000 a year, I show up to every single appointment. A lot of you heard the story. When my dog was sick, I still had to go to that appointment because it's $100,000 investment. I don't care how much money you have. Nobody, can afford to just give that away. Like you're doing it because you want to invest in yourself. Well, I have to turn this into money. Let me assure you, if it was 5 grand, I wouldn't have went. It wouldn't even been a thought process of should I go or no, not doing it. So the bigger you put yourself on the hook, agents that have been involved with me at our inner circle coaching, it's $377 a month. So many of them say, Greg, when can I get a spot in the one-on-one? When can I step up with you? How long is the waiting list? How can I get access to you at a higher level? It's because they want that accountability. If they're paying $3,000, $4,000 a month or more, they have no choice but to succeed. It gets rid of all those excuses and they start making an extra $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, whatever that number is for them. It puts them on the hook. And it doesn't have to be me, by the way. I don't care who it is. If it's fitness and you hire a personal trainer, whoever is the most expensive will get you the highest results because it depends on your actions, not theirs. A personal trainer may have died 3 years ago, but if he still has the ability to charge your credit card every month and it's $5,000 instead of $500, that personal trainer would work better for you because of the accountability it creates. If I'm going to invest this much, I have to get a lot out. What you don't want to do is go to a brokerage that's cheaper. It allows you to die a slower death. You don't want to go to a lower split with your broker. It allows you to die a slower death. You don't want to say, I can't afford to advertise. You die a slower death. Spend 2,000, get 20,000. Oh, I don't have 2 grand. No, you don't have 20 grand because you're not going out to get it. So you can bullshit yourself all you want, but if you want to get big results, it's going to come from big action. I don't care what it is that you do. Get a coach, get a mentor, go bigger with your advertising, hire an employee on, go buy 2 additional cars. Put yourself in a position you have to make more money, much like your loved one needs a life-saving surgery by the end of December, and you need 100,000, because that would buy you 1 or 2 cars, by the way, for cash. Not a monthly payment. It would pay cash for them. But you could do it. You know damn well you could do it, but you're allowing yourself to stay small. You're worried about, well, what if it doesn't work? What if it does? What if it actually does? What if putting yourself on the hook, I don't care what it is, hiring an employee, there's a lot of stuff you're not getting done. If you hire them and their job requires that they do it, putting yourself on the hook for that will get you more money because it's going to make you step up. You know why? Because you can't afford it. That's the reason you'll do it. You'll live fat and obese your entire life, but when a stranger calls you fat, all of a sudden you want to make that fix. Oh, I can't believe he said, no, everybody's been thinking it. Just one person said it. Now you can't afford mentally to stay the way that you were. The cost just got too expensive for you. You could not make up all of the bullshit excuses for yourself anymore. So if you want to go big, it's not going to happen by waiting. It's not going to happen from, is this the right time? I'm not sure, all of that stuff. That's not going to get you where you need to be. So start thinking about how can you go bigger. It may have nothing to do with me. I got a waiting list anyway, but find a way that you can go bigger with your business. There's something you can do. There's something you can do to go bigger. Sometimes it's just getting more training, more systems, more processes involved. I've got, if you check in the video description below here, hit the more button or whatever it is under the video. I look like I can see it. If you look down there, you'll see all kinds of links to things you can do to go bigger in your business right now. Just to take it, I don't care if it's free stuff, but commit to utilizing the totally free marketing every single day. If you'll go big, that's where you're investing time, not investing money. But if you'll do that and you'll invest a lot of time into that, you start making more money and business gets good. Then you don't have to ask your checkbook for permission anymore. That's where you want to be in life. So I've got a lot that I'm going to be covering in the coming morning meetings. I'll tell you guys, by the way, for those of you that do watch, we don't have a lot of people that watch the first day, but if you go back over a few days, we have more of our agent members watching these. I hired a new assistant that's going to work with me in my house. So you're going to see a lot of new stuff that I'm doing for you because I need somebody to hold the camera and I can be more proactive with showing you guys things, that type of thing. So you'll see our location changing and stuff like that. She actually starts tomorrow. So you're going to see a lot of new changes to what we're doing here and the value that I'm providing for you. So make sure you're following the channel and you ring the bell. Do that right now because starting probably the end of this week, we're going to have a little bit of a learning curve of how I operate here and that type of thing. But we got some really cool stuff coming for you here. And one thing I know for sure, same with me. If I go big, it creates big results for you. You got to show up. You got to implement at a high level. But my recommendation to you, put yourself on the hook. Whatever it takes, put yourself on the hook. You're going to make the money you want to make. I'm Greg Luther. Looking forward to see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.